Hey friends, today I'm just going to show you how I glue basted this quilt. It's quick and easy. So we want to tape the backing down next. So we will tape the backing down right side facing the ground, and we will add, I don't know, maybe about 10 to 16. If you have a larger quilt with a larger backing, you may need to do more. I just like to get it nice and taut and as wrinkle free as I can. Next, we lay out the backing. I lay it out and then I get it as smooth as I can. This is an important step. Now we pull the backing back. I pull the backing up about halfway. I prefer to work in quarters on quilts, but I have worked in sixths whenever it was like a large king quilt or a queen. So I apply the glue by going in a grid pattern. First I go vertically and then horizontally. I do this across the section of the quilt, and then I pull the batting tight back over. I start from the middle and the top of my section. I make sure to smooth the quilt by using my hand to rub out any possible wrinkles. This also helps with adherence because I am pressing and smoothing the glue into other places. Next, I do the bottom quarter. If I was doing a large quilt, I might do this half in 3 sections. But since this is a smaller quilt, I can do it in 2 sections for each half. I do the same method, creating a grid, pulling the batting tight over it, and then rubbing my hand to smooth it out as well as make sure that there is adherence. I get a lot of questions about how strong the adherence is whenever you glue baste, and it is actually very, very strong. So strong that if you need to readjust your quilt, I highly recommend doing it while the glue is wet. Otherwise, you are going to have to wet your quilt top in order to adjust it. This is my Stars and Court quilt pattern, currently available free to newsletter subscribers. Now I'm just repeating the steps, except now I am actually using my quilt top. So I lay it down on top of my batting and I smooth it out. Then I am ready to use glue. I pull it back into a half section again, like I had before, and then I add glue to half of my half section. I do this again by applying a thin grid to my section that I'm currently working on by working vertically and then horizontally. Like I said before, I like to keep this anywhere from 4 to 6 inches apart. Here is a better picture of my hand comparing to my glue. You can see how I have a grid. So now I just go ahead and I pull that back. And I'm going to do the same thing, rubbing the quilt in and smoothing out all the wrinkles to make sure it lays smooth and flat. I will repeat this for the other 3 sections of the quilt. So now I am going to answer a few questions as I finish. Does the glue wash out? Yes. The washable Elmer's glue does wash out. It is a PVA and is completely soluble in water. What other questions might you have? Can you do this on a table? Yes, you can do the same exact thing using a table in case you have limited mobility or you just don't like crawling around on the floor. Can you quilt it? Yes, of course you can quilt it. But the first thing you need to do is let it dry. You can either do that by letting it dry overnight, which is my preferred method because I hate basting and quilting the same day, or you can heat set the glue by using your iron at the same temperature you use it to press your cotton fabric. Does it affect my machine? I personally have never ever had any gumming of my needle when using glue basting. How do I recommend your first time glue basting? I always recommend that you try glue basting first on a whole cloth quilt that is not going to devastate you if you mess it up. Pillow is another great place to start. It's quick, easy, and those are easy ones to heat set afterwards, so you learn about how long it takes for you to heat set glue using your iron. The last thing is, what glue should you use? Only ever use washable glue. There's a few different Elmer's washable glues that you can use. I prefer the white one, and I buy it in bulk and refill it as soon as I'm done. See, it's this one. On the back, it even gives instructions on how to get the glue out of a garment or fabric, like how we're using it. And here is the top all glue basted. If you have questions and comments,